boys and girls. It's a new week and it's time to do some new skills that we're going to be working on in math. So last week we worked on double-digit addition and we're going to continue with that. It's going to be a little trickier this week. So I wanted to present another video to help you practice those skills. So you are going to need your packet. And this packet says addition with regrouping. It has April 27th as the date because that's today. And so you're going to need this packet and a pencil and an eraser. I also would like for you to look for this work mat. Now I know in my class I copied this work mat on yellow. Your teacher might have made you one that's white or maybe it's a different color. But you'll notice it has boxes that say tens and ones and it has a plus sign on one side and on the other side it has a minus side. We're doing addition, so we're going to be working on this side. Now you could write on this with a pencil and you could erase it, but you know what would be easier? If you take this that you've been using for spelling practice, you can pull out that blue spelling page or whatever color your teacher gave you. If you pull that spelling page out, you can slide your work mat in. So if you don't have these materials, I want you to go ahead and pause the video and then go get them, because we are going to be working with two-digit addition by using this work mat. We're going to be using the side that has the plus side, so make sure you have that. Now, just like last week, I am going to be working using this projector, so there's going to be times where you won't see me. You'll just be able to hear me and just pay attention to what's going on the screen. So this first page is showing just a quick introduction to what we're going to be using. This is a description of how to solve 29 plus 14, and you can find the sum of 43, okay? We are going to be using this box here, and it's called a regrouping box. Now, for first grade, I'm going to give you a big hint right now. The only thing that will ever go in this regrouping box is a 1, okay? Sometimes the regrouping box will be blank because we won't need to use it. But if you ever use it in first grade, it will only have a 1 in it. Now, I'm going to explain why we use that regrouping box by using our work mat. So first, you can go ahead and take out that work mat. I'm going to give an example using a number that some sums that we did maybe last week. So let's take the number 43 plus 25. When I solve 43 plus 25, I first start with my ones. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 4 plus 2 equals 6. And my answer, my sum, is 68. We demonstrated that using place value blocks. I can take 3 ones and I can take 5 ones. And if I put them together into my box, into the sum box, if I count them all together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my sum is 8. The same thing with my 10 side. If I have 4 tens plus 2 tens, I put them together, and now I have 6 tens. You can see that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. That's how we get the sum of 68. Now, this week, we're going to work on what happens when, instead of having 43 plus 25, what if I change that to 43 plus 28? Okay, we're going to use the same strategy. I'm going to use place value blocks. I'm going to use ones to demonstrate what 3 plus 8 is, because we start on the 1 side. So I'm going to take 3 ones. Okay, now I'm going to need to get 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 3 ones plus 8 ones. Now when I put them all down into my sum box, let's see what I have all together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. Now, you cannot ever put two numbers in a space where there's only supposed to be one. So we can't put 11 in that box. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you when I took my 3 and my 8 and I got 11, I can put all of these blocks together. If I slide this one off, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 right here. That's the same as one of these. This is a 10. So what I can do, since this is a 10, it doesn't belong in the 1 spot anymore. It belongs over here in the 10 spot. So I'm going to take these 10s and put them in my regrouping box. Or I can take this 10 and put it in my regrouping box. And look what I have left. I just have 1 left. That's why there's a 1 in this box. Here's the 10 that I took from here and I grouped them together and I put it over here. And so I put a 1 now in this regrouping box because that's that 110. So now what I'm going to do is just like I added those numbers in that column, I'm going to add the numbers in this column. 1 plus 4 plus 2. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 more is 7. So my sum for 43 plus 28 is 71. Okay, so that's just a brief explanation of why we use this box, why it's called a regrouping box. So now we're going to do some problems from your homework packet using the same strategy, using the same method, using place value blocks to show how to solve. So now I'm going to go back to my packet, and you should be working side by side. So you can have your packet on your table, and you can have your place value or your work mat on your table or your desk, wherever you're working. Okay, so we're going to start with this first problem. I know it's already finished, and you know the sum, and you know that 53 equals 53. This worksheet is actually practicing 2 skills. You're going to be adding using a 2-digit number with regrouping, but you're also going to be comparing numbers, seeing which number is bigger, which number is smaller, or if they're equal. So we're going to start with 48 plus 5. Now, let's just say if I had 48 plus 1, we wouldn't have to regroup, because look, if I do 8 plus 1, if I put 8 and 1 together, that only makes 9, and I'm allowed to put 9 here, because 9 is only 1 digit. Once I get to 10, I'm going to have to use the regrouping box. It's only 9 here, though, so I wouldn't need to use the regrouping box. But the problem on your worksheet does not say 48 plus 1. It says 48 plus 5. So let's use place value blocks to show how we're going to use this regrouping box. I'm going to start with 48. So here's my 4 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40. I have 4 10s. I have 8 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 1s. Now I'm going to add 5. I don't have any 10s. There's kind of like an imaginary 0 here. But I'm going to add 5 more 1s. So let me get my 1s blocks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to take 8 and 5, and I'm going to put them together because I'm adding, and I'm going to put them all down in the sum box down here. So what do I have now? You should know what 8 plus 5 is. If you don't, I'm going to count my blocks really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13. Now I just told you, I can't squeeze 13 into one box. Only 1 digit can go in each box. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to regroup some of these. Now if I count, I can put, here's 8, 9, 10. I can put these together, and that makes a 10. And since it's a 10, it doesn't belong over here anymore. It's not a 1 anymore, it's a 10. I regrouped them, so these need to go over here. It's a 10 now. So that's why I'm going to put a 1 in this regrouping box. You should put a 1 in your regrouping box. Now what do I have left over? Well, I have 3 left over. Okay? So you can kind of think of it this way. 8 plus 5 equals 13. 13 is a 10 and 3 ones. 13 can be written this way. 1 and a 3. That's 13. Now to finish, we have to add all of our 10s. Well, how many 10s do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s all together. Or 1 plus 4 plus 0, and that equals 5. Now for this page, you'll notice our second addend is a single digit number, and that means you could check your work by counting on your fingers. 48 plus 5, if you use your 5 fingers, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So I know 53 is correct. Well, let's try this again using place value blocks to solve the next problem in your packet. So the next one says 47 plus 6. I know that it's 53. I know that there's a 1 in that regrouping box, but I want to show you why using place value blocks. So we have 47 plus 6. And again, I'm going to do 4 10s because that's how many are in my 10 spot. I need 7 ones. There's 5, 6, 7. So my first addend is 47. My second addend is 6. I'm going to add 6 more. And again, notice there's no 10s, so I don't have to add any more 10s. There's 0 in the 10 spot because I only am adding 6 ones. 7 plus 6, think about it. What's that sum? You know from taking time tests and practicing your facts what 7 plus 6 is. So when I take my 7 and my 6 and I combine them, if I counted all of these, there's going to be 13 ones. I can't put 13 ones in here because I can only write 1 digit in here. So I have to regroup. I'm going to take a 10 and put it over here in this regrouping box. So I'm going to look here, and I've got 8, 9, 10. So you can see those 10 make the same as one of these 10 sticks. I'm going to move them over here, and I could put them in that box. It doesn't really fit, so I'm just going to put a 10 in that box. It fits a little bit better. I have 1 10. I told you at the beginning, the only number that will ever go in this regrouping box in the first grade is a 1. So now you can see, what did I have left over in my 1 spot? 1, 2, 3. I had 3 ones left over. Now I'm going to add up how many 10s do I have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s, or 1 plus 4 plus 0 equals 5. And again, we can check using our fingers. You have 6 fingers. I have 6 fingers. 47 plus 6, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So on your paper now, you can see your paper in your packet. You can see that both problems had a sum of 53. 48 plus 5 equals 53. 47 plus 6 equals 53. These sums are equal, so that's why there's an equal sign in that little bubble there. We're going to try again using place value blocks to solve 59 plus 3. So I'm going to start by writing that number sentence in my work mat. 59 plus 3. I'm going to take my 5 10s to represent my 10s here. I need 9 ones. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 ones. And now I'm going to add 3 more ones because that's my second addend. And again, there's just an imaginary 0 here. So first I need to add my ones. Like last week, you start in the ones column all the time. So let's combine 9 and 3. And if I combine all of those together, I get 11. Well, I can't put 12. I can't put 12 in this box. If I count my blocks, I can see 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't fit that in there. A 1 and a 2 don't fit in the box. So I'm going to regroup. I'm going to see if I can make a 10. Well, here's 8. 2 more make 10. So here's my 10 stick. I'm going to regroup these 10 and bring them over here. Because it's no longer ones anymore, it's regrouped into the 10 spot. So I'm going to put a 1 in the 10's regrouping box here. What did I have left over? Well, I had 2 left over. Now I need to count up all of my 10's. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10's, or 1 plus 5 plus 0 equals 6. Counting on your fingers, 59, 60, 61, 62. So my sum is 62. So in your worksheet, or on your worksheet, 59 plus 3, you should write 62. The sum is 62. 59 plus 3 equals 62. So hopefully you can see that. I'll erase this to make that less confusing. So 59 plus 3 equals 62. Let's find what 28 plus 9 equals. I'm going to use my work mat, and I'm going to use some place value blocks to find the sum of 28 plus 9. Make sure I have the right add-ins here. 28 plus 9. So using place value blocks, there's my 10's. I have 2 10's, and I have 8 1's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To that, we need to add 9 more 1's. I hope I have enough 1's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Get them all fit there. Good. So now I'm going to find the sum of 8 plus 9, because I said we start with our 1's. So I put 8 and 9 together, and when I put 8 and 9 together, all down here in my sum box, if I count all of these, what am I going to get? If I count them all, you should get 17, okay? Because 8 plus 9 equals 17. I could count them just to prove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whew, I was right. So, 17. I can't put 17 in that box because I can only put 1 digit in that box. So I'm going to regroup some of these to make a 10. So here's 4, here's 8, 9, 10. Double check my counting. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So I'm going to take these 10 ones, and I'm going to group them together to make another 10. This is a 10. It belongs over in the 10 spot. So I'm going to put a 1 in that regrouping box because I added 1 10 to this side. How many do I have left over now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 left over. So a 7 goes there. To finish, we're going to count up all of our 10's. I have 1, 2, 3 10's. Remember, there's an imaginary 0 there. I have 3 10's. That's going to go here. Or I can add 1 plus 2, that equals 3. 3 plus 0, that equals 3. So our sum for 28 plus 9 equals 37. So now on your worksheet, you're going to write 37. Because 28 plus 9 equals 37. So the last part of this worksheet, now you need to decide what goes in the middle. We need to find if it's a greater than number, a less than number, or they're equal. So 62 and 37, I know that 62 is greater than 37. It's bigger than 37. The greater than symbol looks like this because it's kind of like a mouth that's chomping the biggest number. So 62 is bigger than 37, so it wants to chomp the bigger number. This is the symbol you're going to put there. Okay? Now, since I solved these using my work mat, I just noticed that the regrouping box is empty on these. I do know that when I used my work mat, I did put a 1 in my regrouping box. So I wanted to fill that in to make sure yours looks like mine. We're going to move on to the next one. This time though, I'm not going to use regrouping, or I'm not going to use place value blocks. I hope that you understand why I used them to help you understand what this regrouping box means. And if that's confusing, you can watch this video tomorrow. Okay, you can watch it again to get that practice. But I want to show you how to solve this without place value blocks because you probably don't have those at home. Okay, I know I don't have them at home. That's why I'm here at school to record this video. Okay, so let's look at the next one. 83 plus 7. So when I add 83 plus 7, I'm going to kind of imagine my work mat. I have my 10s, I have my 1s. It's time to start by adding the first column, the 1s column. 3 plus 7. 3 plus 7 has a sum of 10. I can't put 10 in this space because you can only put one digit. So what I'm going to do is I can imagine that the number 10 is here, but remember I can only put one digit here. So I'm going to put the 1's digit, which is a 0 here, and I'm going to regroup. I'm going to put a 1 here. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Okay? So let me go ahead and write that on my paper. So 3 plus 7, that equals 10. I'm going to put a 1 in the regrouping box. Now I need to add my 10s. 1 plus 8, that equals 9. So 83 plus 7 has a sum of 90. Let's try the same thing for 79 plus 2. I'm going to start by adding my 1s. 9 plus 2. 9 plus 2 equals 11. Okay? So when I write 11, I'm going to put the 1 here and then the 110 here because I'm using the regrouping box. So if 79 plus 2 equals 11, your 10's digit went here, your 1's digit went down there. Okay? That makes 11. So now it's time to add the 10's. 1 plus 7. 1 plus 7, that equals 8. So my sum is 81. Our last step, I have to compare 90 and 81. Which is the bigger number? 90 is the bigger number. So I need the symbol that shows that 90 is greater than 81. The mouth is chomping the bigger number. Okay? I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to ask you to do the last two on your own. So let's take a look at 57 plus 19. We start by adding the 1s. 57 plus 19. So 7 plus 9, that has a sum of, if you don't know, count on your fingers, get a number line, count on your number line. 7 plus 9 has a sum of 16. So when I write 16, I'm going to put the 1 over here in the regrouping box. The 6 goes down in the 1 spot. So 7 plus 9 equals 16. We're going to finish by adding up all of our 10s. 1 plus 5, that equals 6, plus 1 more, that equals 7. So 57 plus 19 has a sum of 76. Let's look at the one beside it. We have 37 plus 27. We're going to start by adding our 1s. So 7 plus 7 you should know. That's a double. 7 plus 7 is 14. Remember, the 1 goes in the regrouping box. The ones digit goes underneath in the ones column. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So now we're going to add 1 plus 3 plus 2. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 more, 4, 5, 6. My sum is 64. Now, if you want, I've been writing this on the whiteboard just so you can visually see where these numbers go. But if you want to write right on your paper 14 just like I did, you can do that. That might help you get a better picture of where these numbers should go each time. And once you get the hang of it, pretty soon it's just going to go right into your mind that 1 goes in the regrouping box, the ones digit goes down there. But it's going to take a little practice, okay? So to finish this problem, we now have to compare 76 and 64. Again, our first number here is bigger than our second number, so the mouth is going to open up to look like that. 76 is greater than 64. So now you have 2 more left to solve at the bottom. I want you to notice that this one has some lines. That's because if you notice, all of these problems had 2-digit sums. This one's going to have a 3-digit sum. It's going to be over 100. Okay, so that might be a little bit of a challenge. So when you finish these last 2 problems, you'll turn the page and you're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay? I want you to be careful though. Go ahead and turn the page so you can do a couple with me. I want you to notice that sometimes this regrouping box is going to be empty. So for example, number 1, 2 plus 45. I start by adding my ones. I start by adding here. 2 plus 5, what does that equal? That equals 7. I can put 7 there. Any number that's less than 10, I can fit there because I said you can put 1 digit in that space. So I don't need to use the regrouping box. And 4 goes here because this is an imaginary 0, 0 plus 4. So 2 plus 45 is 47. Now for number 2, well, we have to use the regrouping box. I'm finding the sum of 1 plus 9. When I solve 1 plus 9, the answer is 10. I'm gonna need the regrouping box because the sum is 2 digits and I can't fit 2 digits down there. I can only fit 1. So I'm gonna put the 1 in the regrouping box. The 0 goes in the 1 spot. So my sum there is a 0 with a 1 in the regrouping box. Finish by adding your 10s. 1 plus 6, that equals 7. The sum is 70. I'm going to do number 3 with you, and then we'll take a break and have you finish the rest. 4 plus 6. Will I need the regrouping box to solve 4 plus 6? 4 plus 6, that equals 10. Yes, I'm going to need the regrouping box because any number that's 2 digits will not fit down in our 1 spot. So the 1 goes to the regrouping box, the 0 goes down into the 1 spot, and I finish by adding my 10s. 1 plus 8 equals 9, so my sum is 90. So now you can finish the rest of side 1 and the rest of side 2 to finish off for your homework. If you get confused on knowing if you need to regroup or not, you can go back and watch the beginning of this video again. Tomorrow I plan on adding another video to help you practice with the next worksheet. So just take your time, and you might want to just take a little break right now. I mean, that was a lot of things to learn. So maybe go have a snack, go do some exercises, do your gym assignment, maybe just take a little rest, and then come back to this when you feel like you have enough energy to get going. All right, so hopefully this is making some sense, and like I said, I'm going to post another video tomorrow to hopefully make it more clear if you're a little bit confused. So I hope you have a great day. Keep up the great work.